Can you guys guess the top grossing movie of the year? I think number one is pretty evident.
It's
Yeah,
probably Spider-Man.
Oh, it is
most likely.
undoubtedly Spider-Man.
I'm pretty sure it's third all time. I think I checked a few days ago
Third
how
all
well it actually
time.
did.
That
Yeah.
I think
is
well third all time like weekend box office.
No, yeah. Even by COVID standards, it was crazy.
Oh, it's insane. It's going to be the biggest
Beyond.
movie post COVID probably for a while, or at least until uh, um, Multiverse of
Yeah.
Madness comes.
And then I gotta say, number two, it's gotta be Shang-Chi.
It is Shang-Chi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
Marvel.
not surprising.
Anything Marvel. What do you think number three
Uh,
is?
Black Widow.
Dune
It-
did pretty well. No, Black Widow was pretty
it's
in the
Black
heart of
Widow.
the first wave, and it was I think I don't even remember if it got a theatrical release or like a
It did because
It
I
did
saw it in
after
theaters.
though. It
but-
went on Disney Plus first.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Honestly, I haven't been following box office too closely, but I know Dune did very well, surprisingly.
Yeah, Dune did well enough to warrant a sequel. But I
Yes.
don't think number three is Dune. I want to say like I'm trying to think of the movies that I just
Did
know
Suicide
everyone
Squad
saw.
do well, or did that get kind of burned by COVID?
Say that again?
A Suicide Squad, did that do well, or did it get burned by COVID?
That did pretty well. Yeah, that
Okay.
did pretty well.
Can't even think of like
I'm
which
blanking.
movies even got
Yeah.
like a big release.
All right, number three was another Marvel movie.
Eternals.
Venom Let There Be Carnage.
That's a
Ah.
Sony movie. That's not a Marvel movie.
Yeah. I
It's
always forget
Marvel
Venom ones make
source
so much money.
material.
I guess so, yeah. I'm surprised that did so well. The first movie was trash.
First one
It's
did
like-
crazy well though.
It did well because it's Venom and Spider-Man universe, but it's like still like the movie wasn't that good.
It's
And
lovable
when,
trash.
Still, I hated the first Venom movie.
Okay,
I-
Venom works
well-
because Tom Hardy is crazy, and that's the best parts of the movie when he's just like
It is the best parts of
by
the
himself
movie.
being weird.
Everything like the story in the first movie was awful. I hated Riz Ahmed. I
Well-
hated the lab leaks. I hated the fact
Oh,
that
yeah.
he was
Ri-
like a
Riz Ahmed was an awful villain.
awful villain. Awful. And I love Riz Ahmed. I think he's great.
but like, Josh, wouldn't you agree? Like, isn't it so much better? Like that the second Venom was only like an hour and 40 minutes, and not like
Yep.
a random 2 hour and 30-minute Marvel movie. That would
It
come out.
had
Like,
to
at
be
least it was
short. It had to be.
and like, because there's nonsense in it. Like, of course it had to be short.
I hate when Marvel movies go way over time, or any kind of big box office movie that doesn't deserve it. You know, like
Every
especially
movie?
like movies for general audiences. Like when It 2 came out and was 2.5 hours. Like you have no
Longer than-
business being 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Every time a new
Yeah.
movie came out, my manager was like, "Of course, it's 2.5 hours. I'm gonna have to find a way to fit it in." It's. All right. What's number four? I think number four. I'm trying to think of
Godzilla
big ones
vs
like
Kong,
Godzilla vs Kong did very well. I
Ooh.
think
or
yeah,
No Time to Die.
No Time to Die is a big one. Free Guy was pretty popular. I want to say
Free Guy was
Ghostbusters
popular.
did all right.
did it actually? I didn't think
It did
would.
okay. But I think Free Guy and No Time to Die are probably two good ones. Eternals, I guess, yeah, because just Marvel by default.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with No Time to Die. That's my guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black Widow.
Damn, that's
That-
kind of surprising because
This is disgusting. Top four are all the same.
Again, we're in
Source
Canada,
material.
and Canada didn't really have like a massive theatrical release for Black Widow that I can remember.
Yeah.
They mainly pushed it through Disney Plus. I know that's like I saw it through Disney Plus.
I forget. No, I saw it in theaters. Yeah, I saw it in
I saw it in
theaters.
theaters too.
Okay, number five has to be No Time to Die. Oh no, it's not.
Dude,
It's another franchise, the ninth of the franchise.
F9.
F9.
Oh my god, dude.
F9, babe. Fast and Furious is so wild that they never make Fast and the Furious 9 or Fast and the Furious 8 or Fast and the Furious. It's always a different way of saying it. Is like they
F9.
had F9,
The
and
Fast
then it was
Saga.
It was The Fate of the Furious, and
Yeah,
before
even
that,
the
it was
They
before
just
that it
couldn't
was
come up with anything
Furious.
for 7, so they just left
It
it.
was Furious 7, not Fast and the Furious. It was called Furious 7.
Furious 7.
Fast
Then
2,
Fast and the
Tokyo
Furious.
Drift.
Yeah, it was. Well, then 6 was Fast and the Furious 6, but then before that was Fast 5, not Fast and the Furious 5, not Furious 5, just Fast 5.
The Furious
Which
5
I
is
still-
already taken. It's the Kung Fu Panda, the team. They're the Furious 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
They couldn't have done that. They couldn't. They
I
just couldn't.
forgot about that.
The Furious
I have a
5.
DVD that's like a short film of the Furious 5.
Okay, that's not too bad.
My family are big Kung Fu Panda fans. Gotta say.
I enjoy a good Kung Fu Panda.
Okay, how long do you think we'll have to scroll down this list to find an original movie that isn't a sequel or in a new universe or based on something already written?
Oh god, we got a long way to go because A Quiet
House
Place
of
Part 2
Gucci
came out
count?
this year too.
Yeah. Does House of Gucci count?
Oh,
I guess that's based on like an
Uh,
autobiography, but
but still, I think that would count. Or maybe like Last Night in Soho,
Dude, for all we know, it's gonna be Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle
That's like
Cruise. But that's
bare.
based on a
It's gonna be like
ride.
Red Notice.
Yeah, I guess
Red-
it's,
I thought Red Notice was it just Netflix or did it get a theatrical release?
think
It
it's
got a
just
theatrical release. Yeah, it definitely did.
Oh jeez.
Okay,
I don't
number
even
6.
know what could be.
Has to be No Time to Die. Has to be. No, Eternals, then No Time to Die. Then A Quiet Place Part 2, which I thought was
Well-
really good.
I liked it a lot.
I didn't see part 2.
All right. Ghostbusters. Okay, Free Guy is the first, I guess, kind of original one at number 10.
I don't know. I wouldn't even call it that original because it uses so much from video games and movies, but
Yeah,
I
it
guess
does steal a
technically
lot.
it is.
Okay,
It-
so
still
it
see
goes.
its entire selling point was that it was essentially like an NPC in a Grand Theft Auto-esque game getting thrown into essentially a God of War situation. So it relied a lot on other IPs, but it is technically its own thing because it's not in a universe.
Yeah,
Now, Noah, is it better than Ready Player One?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
I
agree.
enjoyed it more than Ready Player One. I still didn't. I think I liked Free Guy more than most people, but I still didn't think it was anything too special. Ryan Reynolds, despite being a Canadian legend, is starting to grate on me because he plays Ryan Reynolds now in every movie.
Boo!
I know,
can't
I
escape
know.
it.
I won't tolerate. I won't tolerate
That's a hot
this
take. That's a hot take. I know, but he's starting to really grate on me. He's kind of doing the Chris Pratt, where Chris Pratt is playing Chris Pratt and everything, and I'm not there for it anymore.
It's
It's
fair.
getting
I know.
annoying.
I could see it.
His Deadpool was so big for Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's just kind of Reynolds. He's doing Deadpool. He did Deadpool Pikachu. He then did Deadpool video game character. He's just doing Deadpool every single, like the Deadpool Ryan Reynolds persona in everything.
Basically it.
Yeah, he's doing Deadpool Red Notice. It's I want him to diversify himself. Bring
Dude,
back
dude.
bring back
Ridiculous.
buried Ryan Reynolds. Bring back
Yeah.
bring back I don't even know what else he was
I-
in. Bring back the proposal Ryan Reynolds even.
So I have a question here. What's going on? Why did Jungle Cruise make more money than Dune?
Because Disney and
Because kids.
because it played
What a-
at summer camps, Kyle.
what
That's
an
Because
embarrassment.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dude,
That's true.
Dwayne. Oh, Dwayne's another guy. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. They need like the
Yeah.
comedy actor thing where they like do one drama movie and then people are like, whoa,
Yeah.
look at them.
he does
Adam Sandler,
Skyscraper,
get a
too.
Uncut Gems or something.
I was
Dude.
I was remaking one of my old like best of the year lists for like 2018, and I was just going through movies that I saw, and I saw Rampage. Do you remember Rampage?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember Rampage.
Oh my.
That was
goodness.
huge at the box.
I thought that and
It's
Skyscraper
It's
were like the same
crazy
thing.
numbers. I don't know how he drags in those numbers, but
Just
I
kidding.
guess he's like literally the most marketable guy in the world.
He is, yes. Okay, after 10 we have Jungle Cruise, Dune, Godzilla vs. Kong, Halloween Kills, Encanto, Sing 2, Cruella, Space
Oh
Jam,
my God.
Conjuring, Candyman. That's 10 through 20.
Wow. I got some horror on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Not bad.
Yeah. 3 horrors in there.
Clifford.
Okay, I didn't see any of the horrors. Okay, Clifford seems
Hell
great.
yeah.
That seems like a good time. Like, I think we could all watch it together and have a good time.
I'm sure we would.
think
I
we
don't
would.
think it would be terrible. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look like anything to write home about.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything that sticks out. But, I mean, I guess at the beginning of the year, the world was still shut down, so... Wonder
Yeah, there
Woman
wasn't a whole
1984
lot.
at 48.
Jeez. What a
And
picture.
Where's Cry Macho?
Oh, I'm curious where Cry Macho is.
Cry Macho didn't
Dude.
do very well.
Dear Evan
Its
Hansen is at
entire-
56.
Cry Macho's entire viewer base
Ooh.
died from COVID. So
Dude,
65 for
1984
Cry Macho.
bomb.
Above Last Night in Soho.
wow, okay.
One above. Ooh, Many Saints in Newark at 69. Sorry, Kyle.
that's surprising to me. I guess most people saw it on HBO Max. So.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's so many just things that came out on streaming services that...
No West Side Story there, Josh?
West Side Story was... I mean, I guess that's pretty recent, so I feel like...
It
didn't
is,
have a
but it did
chance
well.
to,
It's
where was
doing
it?
well.
It was here. Oh, yeah. It was at 38.
That's
Right
not
beside
bad.
In the Heights, which was at 37.
Okay, there you go. I still haven't seen either of them, but
They're both not essential watches, gotta say.
but
I
Tick
think
Tick
you'll
Boom.
like West Side Story more. No.
Yeah,
What was it? I don't know. Wasn't for me.
I still want to see it.
It's worth seeing.
Yeah, I heard Tick Tick Boom was probably the better of the Lin-Manuel
Oh,
Miranda
yes.
musical projects.
Tick Tick Boom was awesome.
I
loved
agree.
it.
Best
I
musical
do
of
want
the
to see
year.
it. I'm excited to see it.
Good songs. Really good songs.
I agree. Rounding out the number 100, we have the card counter.
Hey, let's go.
Ah, boy.
Let's
Paul.
go.
Love you, Paul.
You got it.
Love me some card.
Dude, the
counter.
war with Grandpa?
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm gonna pull out my pull up my my top of the year here. If you lads want to find
Yeah,
yours.
I'll pull up. What are we doing?
I'll pull up
next?
mine too.
I'm gonna go bottom to top, start at the bottom.
Oh jeez.
All right, Josh, you go first.
Okay, the bottom two are literally the same movie.
Cinderella, Dear Evan Hansen.
Cinderella and He's All That.
Same
Oh,
with me.
They're the bottom two. They just
Yeah.
stuck them at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Are they at your bottom two as well, Noah?
Cinderella, Dear Evan Hansen's actually bottom.
Ooh,
My
Wow.
you put He's All
Yeah.
That above Dear Evan Hansen.
He's All That is actually my fifth last.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
so
fifth
I
from
gotta
the
hear.
front for a split second there.
Okay, so my bottom five are Cinderella, Dear Evan Hansen, Space Jam: A New Legacy, Boss Baby Family Business, and then He's All That.
Okay.
I
Very
don't think
understandable.
that's that hot of a take, but
See,
Yeah.
I don't think I actually saw that many horrible movies this year.
I
'Cause
saw
my bottom
too
five
many.
are Cinderella, He's All That, Venom 2, Cry Macho, and Black Widow.
Ooh,
Oh,
wow.
Isn't that bad?
Black Widow rounding out bottom five. Ooh.
only like those I think are the only like really bad ones. Those are the only ones that I would put like under 2 out of 5.
Mine are Cinderella, He's All That, The Little Things. Did anybody watch that?
I remember the hype around it because of the cast, but I heard it wasn't very good. So
Yeah,
I
it
stayed
was
away.
horrible. It came out at a horrible time, and it's literally about like a cop doing a horrible deed and trying to cover it up. Like,
Lit.
yeah, I don't think that's what people wanted this year.
No,
What
I
we
don't.
need, man.
we need to humanize the police a little bit more here, guys.
Exactly. Haven't been doing it enough.
No, not
And
at
I'm
all.
gonna go
have
watch
a-
The Rookie.
Oh yes, get some of the go watch Blue Bloods. Watch a nice family dinner scene with Tom Selleck. Gotta
All right, wait.
humanize.
I need to hear both your thoughts. Was Dear Evan Hansen that bad?
I didn't
It
watch
was
it.
bad.
I didn't watch
It
it.
was it was really bad. I disliked it. Um, I enjoyed the music for a point a few years ago. At least some of the songs, which are pretty tame.
Waving Through a Window
I'd
is
never
great.
seen the actual musical, and then once I kind of once I watched the show and got a sense for like what the music surrounds, and then watching Ben Platt's weird face
How old
in
is he
that
again?
weird makeup, um, it was weird.
Ben
It
Platt,
was weird.
28 years old, playing a high
I didn't like
schooler.
it very much. One sec.
But yeah, and then yeah, I have Cry Macho and Red Notice as 4 and 5. Cry Macho. Um, I don't know what to say about this movie other than
You gotta respect it.
you gotta respect it, but it was so like he's so old. That's all I was thinking the whole movie. It's like he's riding a horse and he's supposed to be like this seasoned horse rider, and then they just cut to
No, he's
really
a
wide
bull
shots
rider.
when the
A
horse is like
bull
bucking,
rider.
and like oh gosh, and just
It,
th-
it was
go
just
ahead.
so weird how it started. Like the kid was just the guy. His boss was just like, "Hey, you owe me one. So go get my adopted Mexican son in
Go get my
Mexico."
kid. Yeah.
And
And
he's like 90, and he's like, "Okay, sure." That's how the movie goes.
the line that they
Now
relied on in the trailer as to catch you in was if a guy wants to name his cock Macho, that's fine by me. And he
Hell
was
yeah.
saying that to the kid because he named his chicken Macho.
Yeah, that was the
Damn
twist. The chicken was not.
And that's what sold me. That's why I watched the movie.
Now, did you guys see either of Richard Jewell or The Mule?
No, I have not.
Actually,
I heard
finally
there is
watched
a
them
threesome
both.
scene in The Mule
I
with
like
like
both of those
90-year-old Clint
movies.
Eastwood.
I like both of those movies quite a bit, and I still think Clint has the chop.
No, Richard Jewell, I just watched.
I'm-
It is really good.
Okay.
It is really good, right? Like I like both of those movies, and it surprises me that he didn't kill it with Cry Macho because it was definitely one that I want to see still.
Uh, I don't think you want to see it really. Like you
I
say
think
you
you
want to
got
see it, but I don't think
I
you do.
like Clint. I like Clint,
I like Clint
Who
too.
doesn't?
I like Clint too.
and he still puts out good movies. And then every once in a while he has a 1917 to Paris, but
Oh God.
or he goes for it. He Hail Marys for 1917 to Paris, but
This age is a big cut, dude.
Okay, the next one I have here is Stowaway. I think it was a Netflix movie. Did anybody
never
watch
saw
that
it.
one?
I didn't watch that one. I'm trying
No.
to remember who was in it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember too.
Is that Kristen Stewart?
It was Anna Kendrick, right?
Anna
And Toni
Kendrick.
Collette were the biggest names here.
Okay.
And
no,
yeah, the
we
main
didn't
thing
watch
is like they're trapped in this spaceship, and in order to have like enough air to get where
Yeah.
they need to go, one of them like needs to die.
Oh wow.
But
So it's the first scene of Avengers Endgame, but
Yeah.
probably 2 hours.
But yeah, just not that engaging, and the ending left a sour taste in my mouth. I guess neither of you have seen it, but don't.
That poster reminds me of Life. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I remember Life. Life
I
is
remember
kind of
Life.
fun.
It wasn't bad.
I mean, the poster
like-
literally looks like that scene from Endgame. It really
does.
does. Alas.
before What's before Stowaway? I can't see because you're.
Oh, right after it is here, I'll just scroll up a little. Okay, my next couple, yeah, Stowaway, Without Remorse, Venom, The Marksman with Liam Neeson, another classic Liam Neeson action movie, which I like Liam Neeson action movies. I will defend them. They are super fun. I always watch them with my mom.
It just looks like Taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a marksman. He shoots people.
He's in Cold Pursuit
I remember
But
Cold Pursuit.
as a marksman.
I think Without Remorse is probably the most forgettable movie on this list. All I know what it was like he's a like special agent guy and he kills people without remorse. I I couldn't tell you what happens in that movie. But yeah, I think that Venom, that's where I think everything Venom and above I would watch again.
Yeah.
Because Venom, like, I think Venom 2 knows how silly it is, and it kind of weighed into that. And
I didn't give it a chance.
the end fight is just
Gotta give it a chance.
two CGI monsters, which is the least engaging part. But every time any of the characters are being ridiculous, it's actually fun.
Dude, I've completely changed my mind. Tom Hardy is actually great Venom. He's hilarious.
I agree.
In
I
this
agree.
movie.
It's some of his
He's-
best
He's the
work.
most captivating thing about those movies.
He's so funny in it. Like, just his facial expressions and the sounds he makes. I don't understand. It's crazy.
He's a unique one. What are your guys' next few?
So after he's all that, we're getting into like above garbage, but not great. I've got Army of the Dead, F9, Jungle Cruise, Last Night in Soho, Free Guy to name the next
Ooh,
five.
okay.
Ooh, Free Guy above Soho. Damn.
Free Guy above Soho, but
I
not,
think I have
not-
Free Guy above Soho too, and I'm surprised you have Free Guy that low because I thought it was really fun.
I thought it had some fun moments, but again, I think it relied too hard on other IPs, and it wasn't very imaginative aside from utilizing that. I still think I enjoyed it more than most people, and I didn't dislike it. Last Night in Soho, I didn't really enjoy. I don't think Edgar Wright really knew how to handle the material that he wanted to handle, specifically in terms of how he wanted to handle sex work and the way he frames sex work as something that works, in old Hollywood, but he doesn't really frame it well in the present day. Like it's like he doesn't it's like he doesn't realize that it still happens and that people still use that. I don't think he explored the themes well enough. And
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like
I
there
don't
could have
know.
been he could have done like a connection between like the 60s and present day
he could
on that
have.
issue. But
He could have. I just didn't find the story very engaging.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's partly also with the way he wrote, just like the dialogue and how people act in this university. Like the guy character, her friend from university,
Yeah.
he was just the yes man. He was just like, no matter what she does, she brings up a knife on a classmate, and he's like, okay, I understand, that's okay.
Yeah.
I think
He's trying to in the movie, he's trying to explain sexism in sex work for the 60s, but he doesn't make that connection to present day. It's like he's trying to make it into a period piece, but I don't think he put enough into it. I
yeah,
don't think he rested on it too long. It just
yeah,
kind
I
of
think
yeah.
I think everything I enjoyed about it was like what I enjoy in the rest of his movies, like the editing, the music. The music in Soho is amazing. Actually,
Music was
editing,
good. I
music, visuals, yeah.
like every time she goes back in time in the room and the lights flashing, like that was
Yeah.
just so cool how they shot it. But like, yeah, by far his weakest story that
Yeah,
he's
easily.
done.
Yeah, technically he knows what he's doing. He's a master at his craft, but
Yeah.
script issues.
Also, the
I'd say.
CGI on like the ghosts, like when they were coming back, just a weird choice. Like it didn't even look scary. Like it was just odd.
Okay, what are your next few, Kyle?
So, yeah. So the bottom five were Cinderella, He's All That, Venom, Cry Macho, Black Widow, and then I go to Godzilla and Kong,
Okay.
which I did like. It was fun. Old,
Old. I did
uh,
not catch that. Yeah.
and then No Time to Die, and then West Side Story. I was very disappointed by No Time to Die. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I'm
It was
conflicted with No Time to Die because I think it is quite a satisfying end, but I think just the villain and just the middle is just so generic.
action too. I thought the action was like boring. Like there was, I don't know, none of the sequences stood out to me, and it was kind of like what I was hoping for, like a
Yeah,
fun,
I think a lot of the
fun.
times with the Bond ones, the ones that are smaller, they work best. Or like you hear the title Casino Royale, and you hear Skyfall, you know exactly what it's about, right? Casino Royale's like in the casino. Skyfall's about his roots in that home.
Yeah,
But I couldn't tell you what happens in Quantum of Solace. I couldn't tell you exactly what happens in No Time to Die.
yeah.
Like,
It was also just like a lot of relying on Spectre to make it work. It was kind
I,
of
I,
odd.
I just forgot
They
Spectre
brought back
existed for a
Christoph
second.
Waltz. Yeah, exactly. Like they
Yeah.
brought back Christoph Waltz, and he was fine, I guess. But like, I don't know. They didn't give him good material, and it was just, I don't know. It was Rami Malek was bad. I'm sorry, he was terrible.
Yeah, he wasn't that good.
Bad, but
Yeah.
he was a. And then West Side Story, which
Yeah,
I don't know,
West Side Story.
not not
I have it decently low as well compared to what I heard
not.
other people say about it.
I have, yeah. I mean, like, I can't just go off Letterboxd reviews for everyone's
Yeah.
for the general opinion, but I've seen everyone's been loving it.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to multiple people, and they're like, oh, it's going to win Best Picture. It's the best
Wow.
movie of the year. I guess I did go in with quite high expectations because I did hear that from a couple people. But yeah, I don't know. Underwhelming for me because I think the story in general just wasn't as engaging. It's like, I guess it is Romeo and Juliet, but it
Honestly,
just
just
didn't translate that
switched up
well.
Ansel Elgort. I might like it more.
Yeah, Ansel Elgort was horrible. He was really
Took me out of
bad.
the movie.
His singing was bad. He wasn't very charming.
Still
The
no.
story of him creepily picking up a girl at a dance doesn't work well. I get that. You're supposed to forget about it, but no, it's just weird.
I've never
And then
seen you
before West
before.
Side Story, I have Army of the Dead.
Kyle, I've never seen you before. You're not Puerto Rican.
Is that okay?
Is that okay? Razzie for the worst line of the year, maybe.
Good.
All right, what are your next few, Noah?
The rest of these ones that I'll mention are just kind of there. They don't really they have enjoyability, but they also have some faults. Yeah, just kind of there. Black Widow, Falcon the Winter Soldier, To All the Boys, Always and Forever, Shang-Chi, Halloween Kills, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Fear Street Part 1, 1994.
Okay, yeah, I didn't put like Falcon and Winter Soldier or any of the shows on mine personally, but
I only saw two of the shows, so I just thought, why don't I just throw them on?
yeah,
I
makes
should have put
sense.
them on.
But yeah, the Zack Snyder's Justice League, I will say, it's easily better than the one that came out in, what was it, 2017 now?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
Oh yeah, by far.
far better.
it's clearly Zack Snyder's vision, and his vision isn't bad. It's just so long.
It's so
There's
long.
so
It's so like
there's so much filler.
meh.
And it sucks for him because he wanted this to be like a middle part of this entire universe. But the universe that he wanted to make has overstayed its welcome. Batfleck's gone. Cavill's gone. I'm assuming Gal Gadot's still there, but they have to reimagine the universe now. I think Jason Momoa is probably still going to be there. Ezra
They have
Miller's
Ezra
probably
Miller.
still there. And the Flash movie's gonna have to do some pretty heavy lifting, uh, to rebuild this universe the way that and Aquaman too. James Wan, shout out James Wan. They're gonna have to do some pretty heavy lifting to bring the DC extended universe back into the minds of viewers.
Yeah, I agree. And I think with Justice League, the style it was a lot better. It was there. Like there's a lot of slow mo, but like when they had the action sequences and elongated it with some of the slow mo, it was kind of
Yeah,
it was really like the one where the Flash saves that girl.
yeah,
That scene is
I remember
I
that.
really like that scene.
It's a
Um,
cool scene. I think that's a really cool scene. I think they did a lot more with Ezra Miller. And I think what they did with him is good. He's still cringe.
yeah,
Get rid of the humor from him. It's not good,
it's very bad.
but it's very bad.
Yeah.
But overall, I think again, I don't know the I don't even think Warner Brothers knows the direction to take this going forward, but it could be something. If there is a movie, if there is a climax to a universe that I am a little excited for, it's Halloween Ends.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
That's coming out this year, right?
yes, I believe it is.
Probably Halloween time. Just a guess.
I enjoyed the 2018 one.
I still
I
haven't seen Kills yet.
Kills has its moments. Everything with Michael's pretty rad. He's Michael. He's great. He does his thing. Um, they just I won't spoil much, but they didn't use Jamie Lee Curtis enough at all,
Mm,
um, compared to how they used her in the first one. And it's clear that they're setting up, you know, this Freddy versus Jason esque climax in the third one. This big hand to hand just brawl between her and Michael, which I am excited for, but they really didn't have to shove an entire movie together just to get there. Um, I like David Gordon Green, I like his work, but Halloween Kills definitely felt like a studio mandated sequel for a trilogy.
Where you
yeah.
could just put some cool Michael kills in it.
And that's the stuff I liked from it.
The part that I haven't seen the whole movie, but I watched about the last 5 minutes of the whole
Yeah.
movie, and that was ridiculous. It's like where you think he's defeated. You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about, Noah?
Yes, I do.
Like,
That's
is
Just like in the
I,
first one.
I thought it was nuts in that part in at close to the ending.
okay? I've never seen a Halloween movie, and I was like, I didn't know if I was interested or just like this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Because maybe it's the whole
No,
movie's like that. I don't know because I haven't seen it, but
I still would recommend the 2018 one over it. I think the 2018 one has a lot of merit, and of course, some of the earlier ones are very good.
mm.
Halloween's 1, 2, and 3 I really like. So
All right. Okay, a couple that I want to talk about here. My next few, The
yeah,
Matrix, Resurrections.
Yes.
Like, oh,
I need to see it.
it
I need to
started
see it
off
still.
like good, like real good. I like
I,
the start
you know,
because they went for a big change, but then they didn't.
I think like it's just given me a lot to think about, and all I think is that I just want to see it again. That's all I'm thinking of. Like, I
It
don't
does
know.
give you a lot to think
Like
about. Yeah,
I guess the ending was not as strong as the first half, but I don't know. Like
I
it's
agree.
still giving me a lot to think about. I don't know.
I think the middle
I'm excited to see
sequences
it.
They
when
just
they're
set it up really well at the start, and then it kind of they went into their little like Matrix sequels type
yeah, it
random
kind of
shit.
just
But
divulges back into the sci-fi, just compilation of the real world with everything, and it's
there was still some
not
cool
as
stuff.
interesting.
New Morpheus was great.
New Morpheus
Neil
was good.
Patrick Harris was a big surprise. I liked him a lot in it. He's
It was
pretty
a little
cool.
silly, but that's okay. I think that just the fighting, a lot of it was like you just don't know what their powers are. They don't lay them out very much. They're just like they can do a lot of things in the Matrix, and
Honestly,
you
like
don't question
I've
it.
been sick of the I've been sick of the Matrix fighting since like the first Matrix. Like I don't know. I know they're action movies, but like that was never the part of the Matrix movies I enjoyed the most. I always found the action hasn't aged that well. Like it's just all slow motion. And it's,
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
is.
I
But yeah,
still like it. I like I don't know. I need to rewatch the sequels. I rewatched the first Matrix at one point last year, and it still slaps. It's still
oh,
incredible.
of
It is
course.
great.
I want to rewatch the sequels, and then I want to visit Resurrections. I'm excited to do that. Very excited.
Yeah, definitely worth a
Yeah,
watch, I would say.
it's definitely worth a watch. There's some
Mhm.
good moments.
Okay, my next
Also,
couple
just
are Reminiscence, which I wanted to be so good. I really like the trailer. I think the world of like everything's flooding, it was really cool, but it was just like meh. And then I have Black Widow, No Sudden Move, and House of Gucci.
ooh, hell yeah.
I've been putting off House of Gucci just based on its length, but
Yeah.
I will watch it eventually.
Performances, pretty great. I think the fact that it is too long is honestly its weakest factor. It is
Okay.
so incredibly long. I'm looking at the main five characters here. They're all super engaging when they're on the screen, and like, uh, yeah, it's just so long. If it was concise, if it was a quick like, oh, rise to fame, and then everything comes crashing down, more energy, but it was too slow. Yeah. And then, did any of
That
you watch
list
No
is-
Sudden Move?
No, it's on my list.
No, I haven't watched it.
Honestly, I don't remember too
Love
much
me some
about it. There's a
Soderbergh.
certain sequence when they're like robbing a house that I remember quite well, but I remember it being like just pretty fun. Just like, okay, it feels like an older movie than it is. It feels like it came out in like early 2000s instead of 2021.
Yeah, I like Soderbergh. I love his style. I think he still makes great movies even when he's trying new things, like when he made Unsane and High Flying Bird with iPhone cameras. When he goes back to his earlier style of heist movie with Logan Lucky, I think he's really good. And then
Oh, Logan Lucky, that was great.
it was great.
I
It was
agree.
great.
That's a great one.
And then he puts on his Oscar hat for movies like The Laundromat and No Sudden Move. And
Oscar
I
hat?
haven't seen No Sudden Move yet. Well, trying to drum up some trying to drum up some, you know, notoriety
Yeah.
with more star-studded uh, dramas, if
Okay,
you
that
will.
makes sense. Yeah, getting the big name. Yeah,
That's
okay.
what I mean, like trying to get the Oscar bait vote, like trying to
Gotcha.
put his name out there for award season. And he puts out a movie like every year, or sometimes twice a year. So it's still, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, it was good. Kyle, what are your next few that we haven't talked about?
I don't really have too much to say about these ones. I like them more than, yeah. We're moving through movies that I liked,
Okay.
and shows, I guess. Cruella, WandaVision, Godzilla vs Kong, Framing Britney Spears, Inside, Bo Burnham,
Hmm.
and The Conjuring 3.
I didn't add Inside to my list. That's what I gotta add.
I enjoyed Inside. Bo Burnham, I really liked his earlier specials a lot. Um, I don't know what it was about Inside. Some of the songs really, I really liked some of the songs, but then the songs were really hit or miss for me. Some of them I felt were like really corny and a little hokey, and I know that's what he tries to do, but some of them I think were really good. Some of the commentary he has on society is really good, but I think some of the songs were a little too, they were a little too on the nose, and I felt like there wasn't a consistent theme to the Inside. If he had stayed a little bit more on the secluded artist theme, I think I would have liked it a little bit more. But it wasn't as consistent for me as some of his other specials were. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll revisit it at some point, but I did enjoy it for
I
what it
think that's
was.
why I liked it a lot more. I don't know. It was just like all over the place, and
It
he was
was
just
very chaotic. It was
it's
very
just so
chaotic.
chaotic. Like just some of the stuff, like the reaction video he did to him reacting. Like I
That
don't
was
know,
that was pretty funny, and it went
like,
on really long, but I know that was the point.
like that
Yeah,
was I don't know. I don't know how he got the timing down on that. That's so crazy to me. But
Like
Yeah.
I think like some of the songs do really well. Like the sock puppet was really good. Um, I think that was really good. But some of the songs that popped off on social media really well, like White Woman's Instagram
Mm.
and Jeff Bezos, I find those to be a little bit too on the nose, a little too hokey.
Yeah, those are
It's
some of my least
common.
favorite songs in it as well. I agree.
Yeah, like those. I find that the commentary that he's trying to make is it doesn't feel like he's really making that much commentary. Like it's like yeah, like millennial white women and white men have very generic styles of presenting themselves on social media, and we all kind of understand that. I didn't think the song really added anything to that, and yeah, Jeffrey Bezos is kind of a supervillain, the modern day Lex Luthor in how much power he has, and that's kind of that's kind of it. Like some of the songs they brought attention to certain aspects of society, but they didn't really do anything besides point out certain obvious things. And where I think he does really well in some instances, I think he kind of falters a little bit, and that's why I think Inside doesn't do as much for me as say, um, uh, uh,
what?
What and Make Happy specifically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. They're
I know
definitely
what you mean.
completely different. So it's whatever you prefer.
Yeah,
Yeah. I know what you mean about those couple songs being like more surface level. Um, but I think it's kind of funny that those are the ones that popped off, the ones that were surface level. So it kind of because he's all about like figuring out how to. I mean, he's a performer at the end of the day, and he needs to gain some sort of notoriety. And those are the songs that popped off, even though we think they're not as deep or have something to say. And maybe there's something to that because his whole thing was trying to be creative, trying to make things that people like, and people like those songs, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was surprised. I was surprised to
Those.
hear those
Yeah.
songs over TikTok and on Spotify charts. It
Yeah,
was,
it's weird.
yeah, it was eye-opening to me.
Yeah, but
Well,
I
but
have
then you
Inside
got
a lot
songs
higher on my list, so
like content. The second song he does that actually
Yeah,
has some really good commentary. Like when you look at what he's writing on the whiteboard
yeah, I
during
like
that
that.
one, it's pretty
I like
great.
that.
Or
It's a
how
good
the
one.
world works or Welcome to the
Yep.
Internet. Those are
Mhm.
great.
yeah. And my personal
Yeah,
favorite, Funny Feeling.
Yeah, that's a good one. I wanted to
yeah.
actually that made me sad.
Yeah.
uh, just a question. Did either of you guys see Conjuring 3?
I did
No,
not
I'm
know.
pissed off that I haven't. I'm so
um,
mad.
the only thing I'll say on it is that they're really like the style that like Conjuring 1 and 2 are. They're very sleek horror movies, and that takes it away for a lot of people that they're not as, like horror movies are like some of the best horror movies are older and they look grosser. Like the production isn't as well tuned, and
Yeah.
they have a more sense of realism. And I think James Wan's sets, there's some like he loves having that sort of, it almost looks like the entire frame is photoshopped at sometimes because everything is perfectly in place in the frame, and the way that he shoots on digital is incredibly well designed. But the way that he presents Conjuring 3, it's almost like he's making these like Conjuring 3, and the way that he's producing and the way that his lackeys kind of direct the rest of the Conjuring universe, they're almost like action movies more than
Did he
horror movies.
direct it?
He didn't direct Conjuring 3, but his lackeys directed, not his lackeys. I've seen The Maiden. The Maiden's good from Michael Chaves, who did Conjuring 3. But he also did Curse of La Llorona. And then he also
Uh,
has like the guys who did The Nun and all they almost feel more like action movies than they do horror movies. They're paced like action movies,
that's
and the
weird.
climactic endings are more akin to um they're almost paced like Mission Impossible movies in that sense. And I think Conjuring 3, it feels more like an Annabelle movie and less like a Conjuring movie in that way. Where they don't take as much time to let the audience breathe and to let the horror sink in as much. It's very much going from place to place to place instead of allowing us to be immersed in the locations. Um, it's also, I think, Conjuring 3, it's hurt a little bit from the true crime element. It feels like they're making a true crime podcast, the movie, Warren
Yeah,
edition.
yeah, because I've
Um,
heard what the story's about. So I think I
yeah,
can see that.
it's very much not an ideal direction that I thought the Conjuring universe would go in. Didn't dislike it though. Vera and Patrick Wilson are both great.
I
Iconic
think we
duo.
just are sucker. I think we're suckers for it at this point now.
We are.
I'm definitely a sucker for the Conjuring universe. I grew up with the first two, and I still enjoy Annabelle too.
Dude,
But
that was
yeah,
that was my most fun theater experiences.
it was a
That was
great
great.
theater experience. That was a blast. We were never safe. We were never safe, no matter what in that movie. Um, but yeah, Conjuring 3, it had its moments, but
All right.
overall,
So yes, dude.
I still would put it at the bottom of the Conjuring universe, or the bottom of the Conjuring
The
trilogy. I'll say.
trilogy.
The Conjuring universe, yes. Ah, so many of those horror movies go over my head. I don't know too many of them. But The Conjuring, the first two are ones that I actually do enjoy. Gotta say.
They are great. Oh yeah, so my next few after Army of the Dead were Night Raiders.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me view that, Josh.
Oh yes.
Quite good. And then, did any of you guys see Army of Thieves?
Army
I
of
did not.
Thieves. That name rings a
So,
bell, but I can't
so
actually
it is, believe it or not,
remember this.
if you saw Army of the Dead, do you remember the guy who like broke the safe? He was a safe cracker in it, the Swedish guy.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So that actor directed this
Oh.
like a prequel
Oh,
about
Yeah, I'm
how
looking
he
it up now.
became like the safe guy. It's actually I actually really enjoyed it. It's a fun heist movie. They try to tie it into like how he was having visions of like zombies and how that was gonna happen. But it's
That's kind of
actually like
wild.
I would recommend watching it. It's just a fun little heist movie. Like it's actually
Yeah,
Wow.
it's good.
seems. Yeah, I'll
And
keep my eye out for
it's
it.
not bad. Because I hadn't heard of it either. My brother was just watching it. And I watched it with him. It's pretty good.
Music
And then
by
after that, I
Hans Zimmer
have
and somebody else.
yeah. And then after that, I have probably the movie I have the most mixed thoughts on this year, which is Don't Look Up.
Don't look up. Yeah.
I haven't
But
seen it yet. I don't know if I will.
Ooh, I
no,
think
no,
you
I
should.
need you to see it. I want to know what you think. I need to know what you think.
Okay.
This is one of the movies
Because
where like
because I know how you feel about Adam McKay somewhat.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
this is a movie Noah would have a lot to say about. So that's why I want you to watch it, Noah.
The way
Good.
that I was described Vice by one of my mutuals on Twitter was that one of the parts of Vice that I disliked the most was the group session scene. Was it the or what the board, like the census board scene.
Okay.
And I heard that the entirety, it's like if the entirety of Don't Look Up was like that. And that kind of turned me off of it. The focus group scene, that's what I meant to say.
Oh,
The because like the focus group scene in Vice was
yeah.
kind of
Where they explain like how they were planning to manipulate the media. Like that
yes.
scene. Okay.
I wasn't a big fan of that scene. Very, yeah, kind of vapid political satire, and I heard from a mutual that they kind of described Don't Look Up as the entirety of as if the entirety of the movie was kind of that scene, and that kind of turned me off of it because the way that I heard about it was that it was all kind of on the nose, and
It is really on the nose.
It is
yeah, so that it just wasn't good satire. But again, I will watch it at some point now that it's either a movie that I'm going to be very passable at, or I will probably very much despise.
Yeah, I can see.
Uh, I will watch it at some point.
I think it. I don't know. There definitely could have been more. There could have been better comedy. I think to make it better.
Mhm.
Like that's the thing. It wasn't as funny as I thought it would be, and that's kind
Yeah.
of like
Hmm.
if it was on the nose, but like a little funnier. I think I would have enjoyed it more. But
I
Okay.
think I got the
I'm
most
also a
laughs out
sucker
louds
for.
in that movie than any other movie of the year.
There was what?
I had the most laughs out loud in that movie than probably any other movie
Yeah,
in the year, just because they say something ridiculous, and which is I respect it.
yeah. I don't know. It was. There's some good stuff. What's his name? Mark Rylance
Mark
as
Rylance?
Peter Osterwell.
Oh yes.
I like Mark Rylance.
He was really good in it. Most of
He
the
was.
cast was good. Timothy Chalamet didn't need to be in it.
He did not need to be in it, and I think his
But
character kind of was a weird way for Jennifer
it
Lawrence's
was weird.
character to take her character. Yeah.
It was weird. But like, there's other things. Also, like, I don't know. I like Adam McKay a lot. I listen to like his some of the stuff he has on Spotify. I think he
Same.
knows what he's talking about. I just think when he makes, I don't know, when he makes films based on true story, I think it worked. Like, I think Big Short is like the perfect movie for what Adam McKay is going for. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And Don't Look Up, it's just a little weird. Like, there's something up with the editing in this movie that like I did not. Like every scene just ended
Mm.
short. It was really weird. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll
Okay.
watch it. I will watch it.
It
All right.
gives you a lot to think about. I don't
My
know.
next few here, I got Ghostbusters, Luca, West Side Story, In the Heights, King Richard, Night Raiders.
King Richard.
King Richard was a lot of fun, and Will Smith, deservingly so, may get a Best Actor nomination.
Oh.
But yeah, King Richard was a very feel-good movie in the end, and yeah, all because of Will Smith being very captivating and just the character being very interesting. And they show some footage at the very end of the movie,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's crazy that they have all of that footage. It's crazy that the dad recorded all of that footage, which kind of validates so much of like what you see on screen. You're like, wow, they really did they did it
I'm
justice.
interested.
It seems
I'm
like.
definitely intrigued to see it. Yeah.
And also John Bernthal is
John
pretty
Bernthal.
funny in it. He plays the coach. He's pretty good.
He is great. Okay, Noah, what are your next few?
Next few here. Again, just kind of rocking through some of the 3-star films. These are the last 4 of my 3-star films of the year. Spider-Man: No Way Home, Candyman, Suicide Squad, and Old. All these movies I enjoyed watching. Just wanted a little bit more out of them. Suicide Squad was, I think, probably the best Suicide Squad film we're gonna be able to see. It was
I
just
agree.
a lot of radical fun, and I wish that DC used this tone a lot more. I always, in my childhood reading DC comics, I always envisioned them being brought to the screen in this way, with a lot of fun and a lot of upbeat colors and action. And I'm glad that they were able to use James Gunn and just kind of let him do whatever he wanted, and he made a very fun movie out of it. So, definitely thumbs up from me there.
Nice.
Old, I really enjoyed Old. I know a lot of people didn't, but I really liked it. It's honestly, I might even just up the rating just because I did really like it. Um,
There's some good
and
moments.
there were some really good
I
moments.
did not see it.
I thought Gael Garcia Bernal was really, really good. Um, I thought Vicky Krieps was really good in her return to acting after Phantom Thread. I thought she was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. Really, really good. I liked the twist ending. Uh, Yeah,
I've heard about
honestly,
the twist ending, although I have not seen it.
I enjoyed it. I definitely liked it. Would revisit 100%.
All right. I think that the two movies you just mentioned that I have higher are both of the comic book movies you just mentioned.
Oh, Suicide Squad and No Way Home.
Yes, I have both those a little higher, and I
Yeah,
think
I liked No Way Home. I thought it was kind of bogged down by the inclusion of how much Ned and MJ were in it. I understand
Hmm.
MJ. Ned kind of was in it a little too much for me. I didn't like
Uh,
how much
I
they
I
focused.
like Ned.
I think he's fine. I think he works better as a sidekick, not as an MJ. He was in it the exact same amount as MJ.
yeah, they were in like every single
MJ's
scene together, pretty much. Yeah.
exactly, yeah. Like MJ throughout the entirety of Spider-Man is the secondary. It is the sidekick to Peter the most. And I didn't. Again, I think a lot of the first act really dragged for me. The
I agree. That
the
Yep.
all of the stuff with the school, like that could literally have been one scene, but it felt like it was half the movie to me. And the amount of time it took for the villains to get in and then turn on them, that took way too long. We knew that was going to happen from like of course it's going to happen. I get they have to do that to, set up the rest of the movie, but I think it could have been a lot faster and I don't think it needed to be as long as it was, but once we get once the homies return, uh, good old Andrew and Toby, I thought it
What?
was a lot
They're
of
in
fun.
it?
I know, spoilers, everybody, for everybody who hasn't seen it. Yeah, once they make their comeback, I enjoyed
honestly,
it. I had a lot of fun with it.
as soon as Aunt May dies, it goes nuts.
Exactly.
Great.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And I think the ending is the best ending they could have come up with. I really like the hopelessness for Peter's character at the end of it. I think Spider-Man as a character is better on his own than in the Avengers. And I'm glad we got to see him in the Avengers and that he made it through Endgame and that he was in Infinity War and that he had that relationship with Tony Stark in Homecoming. But we can actually see him build from the ground up now, and he won't be just kind of an Iron Man clone as I felt like he was kind of turning into,
Hmm.
using all the Stark technologies and building that way. I feel like this is a good direction for Spider-Man to go in, and yeah, I will watch whatever comes out in the next few years with him. I think it won't be for a while. I think they're gonna put a hold on Tom Holland for a little bit.
Yeah, I could
Um,
see that as well.
and just kind of put him on ice while they grow the rest of the universe. They've grown Spider-Man now. Spider-Man is in the minds
He's
of
a man
everyone.
now.
Yes, he is now. He is no longer a Spider Boy. He is a
Shut
Spider
up,
Man,
Spider Boy.
and
Well,
I think
Holland's
they
got
did
his
something.
Uncharted trilogy to deal with.
Oh
Oh, of
boy.
course.
What about Cherry 2? I'm looking forward to or Chaos
Oh,
Walking
Harry
2.
too. Oh, yes.
Stop.
No, and
I guess
I do think Marvel should take some time to flesh out the new characters, the new people in like Shang-Chi, bring in the Eternals in some way, focus on Blade and Fantastic Four, any of the other shows. You got Moon Knight coming. They got a lot of people to integrate into the universe now. Put Spider-Man on the back burner and efficiently bring people in, because once it gets bogged down, like that's where I probably will lose interest. And that's where I have lost interest to the extent that I have, where they're just adding so many people in such a small window after Endgame happened.
yeah,
So,
there is a lot of new happening. But one more
yeah.
thing with Spider-Man, it's like I always hear like
Yes.
people are like, "Oh, Spider-Man is supposed to be this way," right? It's like, "Oh, it's MJ is supposed to be the secondary character. He's supposed to be alone." I'm happy that we got what we did with Endgame and Infinity War and everything. I
Yeah.
think that there was a lot of love of the original stuff, which makes sense.
Yep.
But I do hear a lot of that, which is why I think the ending leaves a nice taste in everybody's mouth. Very
Yep.
satisfying conclusion. And I think with this, as well as Endgame, it's two movies where it's crazy that this happened. And yeah, I guess just the craziness kind of does
Yep.
raise it up a little for me. It makes people excited about it for a good reason. And I
True.
respect that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. My next
Are
few,
you in your
I do
top
just want to
10 yet?
say, sorry, did you say something, Kyle?
Are you in your top 10 yet?
No, not in my top 10 yet. Okay,
I'm at number 14.
oh, I don't know what
Yeah,
number.
because I'm already in.
Okay,
Already at,
I'll say a few here. I did say Night Raiders in my last bunch, but I would just recommend everybody see it. It
it is
is,
good.
yeah, Indigenous Canadian director, sci-fi movie. Oh, it was great. Then I have Many Saints of Newark, Harder They Fall, No Time to Die, Eternals, Last Night in Soho, Justice League, French Dispatch, Licorice Pizza, Encounter, The Last Duel, Spencer, Don't Look Up.
Mm.
The last few before my top 10 is Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, Mauritanian, and Untold, the documentary from Netflix on the Malice at the Palace game.
What?
Oh, yeah, that was.
I thought it was a good documentary. I really enjoyed it. I liked how they focused on Jermaine O'Neal and Reggie Miller as how they were hurt from the game and how they were at
Exactly.
at the time they were seen as culpable for the riot and they were treated as such, but in actuality they were the ones that were hurt the most from it.
No, it's crazy because like I'd see so many times like ESPN or SportsCenter do these specials about like the night that changed the NBA and talk
Mm,
about how these guys like were thugs going into the stands and it was like
yeah.
disgraces. But yeah, you're right. Like they interviewed the fans that were throwing shit at them and
Yeah.
like just we're showing to people like how bullshit these guys are. Like you're
Yeah.
coming to a game, you're paying money, you throw shit at these athletes. These are professional athletes.
Mhm.
They got so much fucking adrenaline running. They're gonna go after you. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
knew they did. This guy knew what he was doing. It's crazy.
Mm.
And like the story they told about how the police officer was threatening to pepper spray Ron Artest
Yeah.
while
The
like
player.
like he was gonna pepper spray him
Wow.
when they clearly had control of him. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
there's a player in the stands and there's fans running on the court, and they go to pepper spray.
Trying to fight them.
Like, what are you
Like,
talking? Like, just awful.
yeah, wild stuff. Good documentary though.
What was the
Recommended.
one you said before that?
The Mauritanian.
What is that?
It is the newest film from Kevin MacDonald of the Last King of Scotland fame.
Oh,
Ah,
Stars Tahar Rahim, Jodie Foster, and Benedict Cumberbatch. It's the story of a lawyer played by Jodie Foster who is tasked with defending um, a prisoner at Guantanamo Bay in the aftermath of 9/11. And it follows similarly to the card counter. It deals with the atrocities that took place at Abu Ghraib, and instead of the card counter, which I will talk about definitely in a bit, um,
mm,
the Mauritanian focuses mainly on the uh, it focuses on the human aspect of the victim of that system, as well as the perspective of government officials that were tasked with charging these accused uh, associates of 9/11 operatives, and how the system pressured action and how action could not be found because there wasn't truth there. Very good. I really enjoyed it. Jodie Foster, of course, is great. Tahir Rahim was amazing. A great true story. Um, and Benedict Cumberbatch plays the prosecution for the U.S. government. Really, really good. Definitely enjoyed that.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I hadn't
check
heard
that
about
out.
that one. Okay.
Yeah, it went under the radar. Watched on Prime. Good stuff.
Okay, I don't think I'm in my top 10 yet, but from the ones I just said before, I would recommend Encounter. It's with Riz Ahmed. It was at TIFF. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but there's some
Yeah, I heard of it.
sci-fi themes, but it has a good twist. But you see it early, but you still are quite engaged in the story. And then also Licorice Pizza was a little underwhelming,
Haven't seen it
but
yet.
still good. But still good.
Excited to.
Just it was hyped up quite a bit.
It
I mean,
was.
it's PTA, so it's gonna be.
You
Tis.
can't go wrong.
Oh,
Okay.
so side note, have you guys heard of Anima?
Anima.
No.
I have not.
It's so I just saw it. I just watched it. It's on Netflix. It's a 15-minute short film directed by Paul Thomas Anderson,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
starring Tom York from Radiohead, and it's a song
Oh wow.
by Tom York. It's like a music video basically, but it's really cool.
Oh, I did hear
Like
about this. Yes.
Okay,
I
15
heard about it when it
minutes.
came out. Yes,
Yeah, it's
2019.
like 15 minutes. It's on Netflix. Give it a watch. It's
All
cool.
right.
I will take a look.
So,
Okay. Are you guys at your top 10s right now?
I am.
I
Okay, I
my
have
last
5 more
two
before
are
my top
before
10.
that. Mine were my last three before that were Shang-Chi, Last Night in Soho, and Candyman.
Okay, yeah. I have The Green Knight, Judas and the Black Messiah, Free Guy, Quiet Place 2, and Shang-Chi right before the top 10. And yeah, Shang-Chi was really good. I think
It was
that
good.
it
Good
was just
acting.
a solid individual Marvel movie, kind of like they had just at the beginning of everything. The fight scenes were great. There was a lot of just wide shots of them fighting, so the choreography really stood out. But I think just, yeah, solid. I really liked Shang-Chi.
Yeah, for me and Shang-Chi, I enjoyed Simu Liu and I enjoyed his journey and his performance. I think he will make a very good addition to the MCU. I wish they did more long, drawn out hand-to-hand combat without the use of CGI and major choreography. When you have Tony Leung and Michelle Yeoh, use them. Don't hide their brilliance in action with CGI. Like that, they made their names off of doing incredible stunt work and incredible hand-to-hand combat. Don't hide it with CGI.
Yeah, I agree.
That was
And when
my
they didn't hide it, it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, in the in the brief moments that they didn't, and I wish they focused more on it. But yeah, they that was my only thing. They
They got the 10 rings on it. They gotta,
oh
The 10 rings
yes,
were kind of
they're
like
still,
the least important part.
they kind of were, yeah.
Like,
They
I
didn't focus
forgot
on them too
about them
long.
until the end credit scene. Okay, I guess we can do 10 through 1. Everybody say one at a time. So my 10 is Suicide Squad.
my 10 is Last Duel.
Last Duel, yeah, it was good.
My 10 is Annette.
Annette, yeah, I guess
I
you're
got
the
one.
only one who's seen that, yeah.
Annette is wild. I thought it would be a movie that I liked a lot more than I did. I still really enjoyed it. It's absolutely crazy. Definitely not a movie for everybody, but um, the performances were great. Leos Carax does not. He takes his time with movies. His last movie, of course, Holy Motors, fantastic. Love that movie. Annette definitely does its job in making you uncomfortable and being absolutely crazy and wild. Some stuff goes on for way too long, but overall, I totally understand where he was going with the movie, and it's absolutely great. Enjoy it, yeah.
I've heard interesting things, yeah, and I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah.
Brian.
Okay. Yeah, like I said before, Suicide Squad, I think, or like you said, I guess, Noah, it's a good tone for DC. It's more like in your face than the Marvel ones, which,
Yep.
yeah, it just worked. Like I love moments where it's just like it's crazy that it happened. And I think one of the first scenes on the beach is like, oh my,
Still
oh,
haven't
it
seen
hooked
it.
me. It hooked me right away.
It's true. It's true. It's nuts.
Okay, my number 9 is Encanto.
Never saw it.
I guess yeah, it was
My
pretty
number
recent
9 is
release.
No Way
Yeah.
Home.
No Way Home. Yeah, understandable.
My number 9 is Malignant.
Malignant,
Yeah.
right? You saw that too, right, Kyle?
It's a bit higher on my list.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We haven't seen it on your list yet. Okay.
Haven't got to it.
All right. Okay, my number 8 is Belfast. I think I'm the only one who saw that, right?
Haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet.
haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah, Belfast. It's just yeah, it's getting good reviews for a reason. It's nice. It's concise. It's not too long as well. It's not a crazy long movie. It's under 2 hours. And
What?
yeah, it's feel good.
No.
It's a nice cozy movie. Even though some crazy things are happening, it's pretty cozy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on my watch list for sure.
Yeah, definitely watch it. Definitely. And your guys' number 8s?
Mine is Tick Tick Boom.
Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah. Andrew
Uh,
Garfield, man.
Yeah,
my number 8.
Go ahead,
ahead,
Noah.
Josh.
Yeah. Go ahead, Noah. Say it. What's your number 8?
My number is The Green Knight.
Green Knight. Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Also very good. I had it a bit lower, 15, but I didn't know what I was expecting going in
Yeah,
because I
definitely
knew it
enjoyed
wasn't
It
going to
was
be
very-
I knew it wasn't going to be like an
very-
action movie or anything, but I didn't expect it to be what it was, but it was so well made and
Yeah.
yeah, it was great.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah, really amazing cinematography, long form storytelling. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
All right. My 7 is Tick Tick Boom, so right beside you, Kyle.
Okay.
I do love Tick Tick Boom and I love the songs, and Andrew Garfield will be nominated for Best Actor, surely. But yeah, I think it's the best musical of the year, and I think everyone should watch it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, great.
I did watch it in a theater by myself.
My 7 is Good Old West, French Dispatch.
Good old Wes.
You know,
Lovely.
it was fun to see a Wes Anderson movie in theaters. Had never seen one in theaters.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That was nice. It was great. Yeah, the more I look back on it, the more I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking back on it now, and I'm like, yeah, I probably would move it up in this rating, gotta say.
Yeah.
All right, Noah, what's your 7?
My 7 is Spencer.
Spencer.
Really enjoyed this one. Kristen Stewart is great, and
Incredible.
Johnny. Overall, just a really good time out of that one.
Yeah.
Really gives the feeling of claustrophobia of the royal family and the trials and tribulations that Diana Spencer was going through at the time in 1992. Really good stuff. Really enjoyed it.
Really makes you relate to her. Like you never thought you could sympathize with anyone from that family, but
Yeah,
they do a good job.
Yeah, she's just
100%.
surrounded by it all, and like, yeah, I agree. It's just, it's exactly what you want a character profile to be.
Dude, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Did we get everybody's 7s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, my 6 is T10.
that's my 6 as well.
And what's your 6, Noah?
The Last Duel.
Last Duel? Okay, okay, a little different, but yeah, T10, I think everyone should see it. It's insane.
We saw it together.
Yeah, we all saw
We
it
did?
together, and I kind of knew a little going in. You guys didn't know anything, right? Or not that
Not
much?
really. I knew
I knew
that
nothing.
I knew that it existed, and that's about it.
But yeah, crazy movie
It's
compared
fucking
to every
wild.
single other movie on this list. Yeah, it was awesome. And okay, my 5 is No Way Home. Yeah, I have it pretty high.
Pretty high on
Yeah.
the list. Yeah.
What about you guys?
My 5 is Malignant. I
Malignant, yeah.
fucking had a blast with this movie.
So did I.
Uh, Particularly the ending we talked about, Noah,
Yes.
is fucking great.
Nuts.
Yes, everyone should see this movie. It's so much fun. I wish more horror movies like this came out because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Loved
totally agree. My number 5 is the recent Nat Geo documentary, The Rescue.
Oh yeah, I
It's
heard
on
about that. I've not seen it. Yeah.
It is from the directing duo of Free Solo, and Jimmy Chin um, is the director of Maru as well. Uh, some incredible documentaries there. The Rescue is the detailing of the effort to rescue a Taiwanese soccer team trapped in a flooded cave that lasted for 16 days.
Oh
They
wow.
use all of the footage is from the actual rescue. They detail the entire process of diving and the rescue itself. Really, really great. Could not recommend more. It's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. All right.
I gotta watch that.
Okay. My number 4, I think it's the one I saw most recently with you, Kyle. Nightmare Alley.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It was awesome.
It was
Um,
awesome.
it's just, I wish more people went to see it. This is the
I
kind
do
of
too.
movie I want to see in the movies all the time. Uh, but yeah, it does drag in the middle a bit.
I think
But
it drags in the middle, but it I don't know. Like I was intrigued by it. I don't know.
yeah, it
Like
always has you intrigued.
What Bradley Cooper's character is trying to do was just really intriguing. I'm not gonna spoil it for no, but like
Yeah,
what
there's
he
some
was trying to do the
characters.
whole movie is it's really intriguing to me, and like I was kind of hooked by that. So like even the parts that were slow, it like I was still interested because
Yeah, and
they set it
there's
up really well.
Rooney Mara's character a little underdeveloped, but she's good for what she does. And there's just a moment in the movie, a scene in the movie where it's like it flips. You know what scene I'm talking about, Kyle? And that's my
Oh
favorite
yeah,
scene. That's just it works so well. Like the
it
twist works
catches you
so
off
well.
guard.
Oh yeah, but highly, highly recommend Nightmare Alley.
I will watch it.
All right,
Very
what are your
much.
lads' number 4s?
My number 4 is The French Dispatch.
All right, all
Really
right.
enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. You don't see ensemble cast movies like this very often, and everyone plays their parts incredibly well. It's a very sweet movie, very cozy movie with some really fun moments, really funny moments, and just overall just some great stories. Um,
Who's
I'm
your
really
standout from the cast?
Oh man, there's a lot of people who stand out for me,
Benicio del
but
Toro for me.
Jeffrey Wright's pretty great.
He is.
Yeah, Adrian Brody.
Adrian
Mm,
Brody's also great
yeah.
for me as well. Yeah, those would probably be my two, Jeffrey Wright and Adrian Brody.
Yeah, and I was talking about it the other day. I think we just said characters from the first and last skit in them. If I guess not skit, but stories,
Sec-
and those are the two strongest. I think the middle one definitely was not as engaging as the other two.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you say
Oh,
your
my
four,
number
Kyle?
four. My number four is Spencer.
Spencer? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oh yeah, the one other thing I'll say about it, I know we talked about it, but I did not see any of the trailers. I went into this movie. First of all, I saw it alone at Cineplex.
Oh, all right.
Empty theater. It was great. Check my fantasy drawing.
An empty theater? Ooh, wow.
Yeah, just
I guess that's not too uncommon these days,
but
actually.
like I was going into this, I was thinking this is gonna be like the Naomi Watts Diana movie. So
Oh no.
I was like very skeptical. So yeah, loved it.
All right, my number 3 is Inside. I put Inside at 3.
Yeah.
which is
I
a little
haven't
bold.
had
I
it
haven't
on
seen
my
it in a
list.
while. I think it's probably one of the earliest ones because it came out just at the beginning of 2021. But I have listened to many of the songs a few times, so yeah, I guess I forget the story a lot more than just the songs in general. But yeah, I just his room is literally his brain and trying to make something out of it while staying home. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I loved it.
great.
So, what are your
What's
lads'
your
number
three
threes?
My number 3 is the card counter.
Card counter. Yeah, you're the only. You seem to be like the only person I know who's seen this movie.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm
It's
excited to see it
great.
too. Yeah, I mean,
I
especially now
really
that it
enjoyed
has the
it.
Noah praise.
It has the Noah praise. Like, did I enjoy it as much as First Reformed? No, but First Reformed is one of my favorite films of last decade.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Card Counter does something similar to the conversation with uh, um, uh, sort of taboo conversations in American politics. Uh, of course, First Reformed deals with the idea of global warming and faith, whereas the Card Counter deals with trauma and uh, the American military. And it's really, really great. Uh, Very much enjoyed it. The entire
Bless.
cast is great. Oscar Isaac is great. Tiffany Haddish is awesome. Ty Sheridan's really good. Just overall, it's very, very good.
All right. Yeah, I
I
guess we
watched
gotta
it
look out
tonight.
for it. And your three, Kyle?
Oh, my three is a Nightmare Alley. Yeah.
Nightmare Alley. All right. Yes. Oh, can't say
And
enough
then
good things about Nightmare Alley. Okay. My number two is Power of the Dog.
still gotta watch.
Haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, neither of you have watched it, right?
No,
I watched
not
It's
I
on
yet.
started watching a
Netflix.
bit
It's on
and then I
Netflix.
stopped. I don't know why.
But
I gotta be in
yeah,
the right mood for Western.
Yeah,
slow
say
burn,
agreed.
modern Western. I love me some modern Westerns. That just yeah, it's all about the characters and it's like it's slow. It's you think about what they're trying to do to each other in each scene because it's a lot of like just people conspiring against each other and things like that. But yeah, it's amazing. I really loved it.
I'm excited.
And okay, Noah, you're number two.
My number 2 is Dune.
Dune, number
Oh,
two. That's
yeah.
it. What?
Yeah, really enjoyed. I really like Dune. Can't wait to see it again. Can't wait for what's to come in the franchise if they were to go in that route. Yeah. No, there's not many more good things to say about it. It's just a lot of fun. It's really, really well done. The cast is great. Yeah, just slaps 100%.
I agree.
Thank you, Denny.
And what's your second,
Thank
Kyle?
you, Denise.
My number two is not a film technically. It is the Beatles Get Back.
Ah,
series.
Yes. Ah, a
Uh,
very, very
yeah.
long film. If
Very
you
long.
call it a film.
Watch it in 15 parts like I did. It
Oof.
doesn't take anything away from it. It's just
Yeah.
so cool. It takes place during. It's the years before Abbey Road. It's just I think it's the year before Abbey Road and Let It Be were put out, when a lot of drama was going on with the group. When like you literally watch George Harrison leave the Beatles, which is so surreal to me. Like it's crazy footage, just and it's for the coolest people.
Oh yeah.
It's just fucking.
Yeah,
Love
it's
Yeah,
such a commitment. I want to watch it, but
It is
it's
a
a
commitment.
very big commitment.
Just have it on with your coffee in the morning. Watch
Coffee.
15
Who drinks
minutes.
coffee? Sorry, literally everybody else except for me. Okay.
I don't drink it very often, Josh. Don't worry.
And then I think me and Josh have the same number
Oh.
one.
We do have the same number one, and this is obvious for me, but I love Dune. I love Dune.
Oh,
Dune's great.
I guess we didn't. Mine's Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh,
Um,
dude, Clifford, he's big, he's red.
He's
And he's a
It's
dog. What more
it's
could you
it's the
want?
kind of film we need right now. You know, you just need a dog to comfort you.
Think
It
of
took a
other childhood
surprise.
shows that were just like kind of beloved. Make it into
Yes.
a Caillou movie. I think that would be a hit. You know, if I
Now,
shave my head, I can play a older, young adult Caillou. I think that would be
oh,
cool.
you could do it. Now, the Blue Lives Matter narrative that Clifford took was a little odd,
Yeah, weirdly
but I really,
political. Yeah. What are they
really
doing?
put, but you know, I kind of like that. Yeah. No, Dune was number one.
Yes, Dune. And what was your number one, Noah?
That would be Titan.
T10. That was your number
Yeah,
one. Oh, I'm glad to hear
Yes, it
that. Yeah.
was.
I'm
You know
happy
what?
to hear that too.
I'm fine that Dune is your number two. I won't retort too hard on you
Oh, I
because T10 is
appreciate
your
it.
number
Thank you,
one.
sir. Yeah, Titan is my number one. I really enjoyed it. Um, thought it was nuts. And in the best
It
in the
is
best
fucking
way.
nuts.
In
That's the best word to
way
describe it.
possible. Yeah, really, really great. Really enjoyed it. Um, yeah, I don't have much else to say. It's just really it's well done. Incredible.
Hot too.
Yeah, the ending so hot.
Oh yeah.
Um,
But
Oh,
yeah, I
the
guess
ending rips. The entire movie rips pretty hard. Yeah, awesome
Literally,
stuff. Yeah, literally.
it does. Yes,
just
but
rips
okay.
through your stomach.
Airs.
Back to ending it on Dune. Yeah, I am the biggest fan of sci-fi worlds, and this is like, oh, I saw it twice in theaters. Can't wait to see it again. It was just so satisfying to me. I watched the old one the day after I watched the new one, which was quite
Yeah,
a stark contrast.
very much so.
I would
Just
recommend
a little.
watching the old one if you're a fan of the new one, just to see how it was like, because it's ridiculous.
It is. It is.
But Denis Villeneuve can do no wrong, and I'm confident in saying that. It's just
I can agree
it
with
takes
that.
you around different planets and just I didn't know the Dune story before, which I think kind of enhanced it because I took it in as a completely new experience for me,
Yeah, same with
and
me.
I was blown away. Yeah. But yeah, all right. So two Dune number ones, one Titan. I like to see that. But all right. I just wanted to also mention a couple that we haven't seen but are very highly touted. Drive My Car.
Very
Noah, you
excited.
know
Yeah,
this, right?
I want to see that.
Yeah, I really, really want to see Drive My Car. I don't know too much about it, and I don't want to know too much about it before watching it, but heard great things from everybody I know who has seen it. I've heard great
Yeah.
things, so hope to see that soon. Let me see the other ones that I haven't seen. Worst Person in the World, I've heard is really good as well.
Yep. I heard that's good.
Yeah, at TIFF as well. Let's see, Memoria.
Same.
Don't know too much
On
about
my
that, but Tilda Swinton. I do love Tilda Swinton.
Same here.
And let me see, any other that I'm forgetting? I guess a
I'm
documentary
excited
that a lot of
to.
people like was Flea, the animated documentary, which is
Yeah.
I've seen screenshots, looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for Benedetta.
Benedetta, you said?
Yeah.
I do not know about that one really.
The Paul Verhoeven film.
Okay.
I'm excited for that one, as well as Red Rocket, Sean Baker.
Oh, I've heard great things about Red Rocket as well.
Same here. Yeah, very excited to see that.
And then Come On, Come On. I think it was supposed to come out
Same. Yeah.
2020, came out 2021. Another
Oh yeah,
Joaquin classic.
Joaquin.
Yeah.
Mike Mills. Yeah.
And then also, I guess, Pig, which I'm going to be talking
Yeah.
about on Monday. That was what I chose for the weekly Ciné-club on Monday.
Oh,
Lovely.
So I'm going to watch this. I think I'm watching it on a Friday night. So I'm very excited for another Nicolas Cage performance. Can't wait
I'll
for
do
that.
my best to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody watch it and then come talk about it on Monday.
I can't wait.
I'm very excited for it, yes. Let's see, anything else this year? Summer of Soul, I heard was very good as well. And then Tragedy of Macbeth. I guess it was in theaters right before everything closed down. A Coen brother, or just one Coen brother,
Yeah,
singular.
it's Joe Cohen did it.
And I heard from my mom has a friend who is very big fan of Shakespeare, and she said it was probably one of the best Shakespeare adaptations of all time. So
I'm also a big Shakespeare head, and that's saying something because there's a lot of really good ones out there.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean,
you got the pedo Polanski Macbeth. Gotta watch that one.
That one is really good. I was thinking more along the lines of Bran as Hamlet or
mm,
um, uh, the the Titus Andronicus film with Anthony Hopkins are both very good.
but
I
yeah,
should watch
and
it. I just
as
kind of hate Shakespeare.
okay. As we've established, the Coens can do no wrong, so I'm confident it's gonna be good, and I'm looking forward to it. Although the poster does look like an Among Us character. And
Yeah,
it's a fact. Yeah.
that it does.
Um, I think we covered most of it. I'm just trying to see any other ones. Coda apparently was good as well. Had some
Yep.
Oscar buzz
I
as
heard that
well.
was good.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. So that was 2021 in film. I think vastly
Beautiful.
better than 2020. I guess because a lot of things were pushed back, and then
Yeah.
we finally got to see them. But vastly
Yeah,
better than 2020.
100%.
Honestly, yeah,
Yeah,
a very good year in recent years, I
really
think.
good.
Um,
No
if
question.
anybody,
Yeah, the ones that I have seen are all really good. Like the ones that occupy the top of my list, and I'm excited to see more. I still have a bunch more that I still need to take a look at, and I think I'm in a good place
Yeah.
to finally settle down and watch them.
yeah, and
Are we
if
gonna
anybody,
discuss
sorry,
upcoming ones in
upcoming,
2022
are you
that
guys
we're looking
feeling
forward
like
to?
you still want to talk about upcoming ones, or?
I need to dip, but
Yeah, no
you
problem. I
guys
think
feel
I'll save
free.
it for another day.
All right,
Yes,
sounds good.
I'm
But
definitely down for that. I will be around pretty much whenever until I go up to Waterloo. So
yeah, I guess everything's closed, so I'm pretty available as well. So
so am I. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, Noah, before you
Yes,
go, I just
yes.
want to say, so I've been telling Josh this as well.
Okay.
Watch Fargo, the TV show.
Really?
uh,
I've heard it's good. I've heard it's good.
but
I should watch it.
season two, Ronald Reagan shows up for a bit in it. And it takes
Hell
place
yeah.
in 1980. Guess who plays him?
Um,
Most perfect casting
Ronald
of all
Reagan.
time.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, in my eyes, the best casting for Ronald Reagan ever was Alan Rickman in The Butler.
But we can
So,
move aside because Ronald Reagan is played by the Bruce Campbell,
oh my
Bruce
goodness,
Campbell.
that's great.
the great, and
I
Oh
it's
my.
really like that. I
and
really
it's
like
perfection in my opinion.
that.
But other notable people in season two:
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons, Patrick Wilson,
Ewan
Kirsten
McGregor.
Dunst.
Patty.
No, not even McGregor. I think he's in
Oh,
the third season, which I
oh, okay. I knew he
How many
was in there
seasons are
somewhere.
there?
there's 4. Chris Rock's in the 4th season.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first 2.
Yeah, it's definitely one I should check out.
Yeah, it's what I'll leave you with.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, lads, for coming by and talking about 2021. I enjoyed it. I always like talking about movies, as we do, but it was just fun to do in a podcast
course.
format. So I hope you guys had
Yeah,
fun
really,
too.
really fun.
Yeah.
We did have fun.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
great time.
Can't wait for next week. Can't wait for Pig.
Pig. I'm very excited for Pig. Yeah.
So am
Monday,
I.
7 p.m. The FilmSpot. Be here.
I might be working, but I'll join late.
Oh, you might be
But,
working? Okay.
I'll
But
be
I'll watch the movie.
I'll extend it a bit just so you can come in and talk about it.
around.
Maybe that's when I'll talk about the 2022 films.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I just gotta talk about Morbius.
Oh, Morbius. Yeah, no
Feels bad.
spoilers for the 2022 upcoming list. It'll be at number 1, guaranteed.
Well, I'm looking at 2022 movies right now. There's some good stuff here.
There
There
some
is a
good
lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I did a little
Minions:
bit
The
of
Rise of
research
Gru.
today. So.
All right,
Minions:
looking
The Rise
forward
of
to
Gru.
it. And
Oh hell yeah! That's my most anticipated of the year.
okay, so I am going to end the stream. If anybody was watching it, thank you for watching it. We appreciate it. And have a wonderful night.